Thank you for joining us at the table in the tavern. I'm your host, Patrick. I'd like to go ahead and go around the table and go ahead and introduce everyone. Um, let's go ahead and start with to my right, which would be David.
Good evening, everybody. My name is David, and tonight I'll be playing Finster Glowwillow, Detective Wizard Extraordinaire.
And Becky.
I am Orphid, and I am a wood elf and a druid.
Okay. And then Cody, you there?
Yeah, sorry, having minor technical difficulties. My name's Cody, and I'll be playing Vatora the Joyful, an Eldrin Druid.
Okay. Matthew or Matt.
Yeah, I'm playing William Breeze, or Lord Breeze, a, I would like to say, decently successful merchant and noble. He is a sorcerer.
Mike.
Hey, Mike.
Yes, sir. Mr. Bud.
Oh, yes. Oh, okay. Yes, I am the human. Very scholastic, but not professionally scholastic. Trained travels of time. Yet I still have one thing. Ever-learning, not let it be.
I'm gonna have a little bit of difficulty hearing you completely there, Mike. Can I get you to see if you can speak up just a little bit, or maybe pull the microphone a little bit closer?
Is that any better?
Yes, it is.
All right. I was saying that I was the human that was well trained over the time and well educated, and always have a never ending glass of beer.
And that's important, isn't it? All right. Coming up next is Curtis, another one of my brothers, and my sister is Becky. I should have mentioned that. Curtis, tell us a little bit about you and your character.
My name is Curtis, and I'm playing Snowball, which is a Tabaxi bard rogue, kind of um, Puss and Booth esque, more or less.
Hmm?
All right. Next up, we have Robert.
Yeah, I will be playing Steve, an Osmer. He's the hired muscle for the group, and he's looking forward to breaking something this session.
Aren't we all? And last but not least, Amanda, now on her own little device over there.
I am playing Requiem, a Loxodon Paladin.
I like it. I like it. Nice. All right. So we like to get started every week at the table in the tavern with a little bit of recap of what happened the last time we played. Now it's been about 2 weeks since we played Curse of Strahd. Does anyone recall what happened the last time we were there? Now some of you may be filling in details for Steve or Robert, as he missed our last session. I think someone else also missed that session. Can we go ahead and get a little fill in for what happened?
Were we traveling in a covered wagon?
You did the session before, yes.
So, if memory serves, what happened was after dealing with the wolves on the road, we made it into town and had the unfortunate luck to hit a pothole which broke the wagon wheel, which forced us to take refuge at a lot of It took a lot of convincing for Lord Breeze to spend the night away from the wagon when the paladin had told us there is evil, in very nearby. So we took refuge in a house, came across some rats, defeated the rats, holed up for the night, and in the next morning, once again with much convincing, to leave the wagon, because we actually had to leave bodyguards behind to protect the wagon, to go down the block to the inn where we were discovering more information about the town. We met Finster met an individual. Finster and Requiem met the new burgomaster due to his father passing, while everyone else was meeting with how can I say, hyper capitalistic shopkeeper named Bildrath and his ox of a nephew Periwimple.
That pretty well
Exactly how you
sums it
just
up.
said that.
I'm sorry? I said that, okay, that pretty well summed it up there, David. Thank you for that. And where did we end up ending that session? I believe you met up with a certain noble at the tavern and made your way back to a mansion to meet his sister.
Yes.
What was going on with that?
She has been. All I was told is that she has been harassed nightly by a particular individual, which ended up causing her and her brother's father to die of a heart attack. And so this individual I know, who's been harassing her, I'm familiar with, because the person that I'm looking for is also looking for this individual. So, not to give too much away. So I agreed to help, and everyone else has been kind of following behind me.
Sometimes that's the way it works. Someone leads the way and others follow. What is it they say in the army? Lead, follow, or get out of the way.
I thought that was Marines.
No.
My brother and I both served in the army. We'll beg to differ. But yeah,
It's hard. It's hard for a Marine to say anything with a mouthful of crayon.
I did not say anything about the Marine Corps. I think they are fantastic for doing the job that they do.
I kid.
The table in the tavern does not share their beliefs. I'm just kidding.
I think they all serve their purpose, and they all serve our country, and they all protect us for what they can. And those of us that were in good or bad times, it doesn't matter. They still volunteered to be there.
Yes.
Exactly.
Yep.
Anyways.
Yeah. Thank you. Thank you for that.
Have we got the wheel? If we get the wheel repaired on?
Not yet.
Not yet.
That's a story all its own.
I mean, it's happening.
It's a wheel. It can't be that hard.
It's happening.
So what is going on with that wheel there, Matt?
Listen, bud. So much is happening with this stupid wheel. So, wagon repair man, jackass over here, wanted 1,000 gold to fix the fucking wheel. So, after applying every haggle technique that Breeze knows, he had to pull out his last resort and cast suggestion on them. So he would be much more inclined on agreeing. And eventually we settled on a deal where he fixes my wagon wheel now, and I'm gonna go to what was it, a neighboring town or something, and get some more supplies that he needs, and come back with them and give him the supplies for his shop that he's trying to bleed me out of money for. So basically, we're trading him fixing the wheel for me bringing him supplies at a future date.
Okay.
And he agreed to it.
Because he had no choice.
I'm trying to figure out how much gold I got.
There's something I'm wanting to try out a little bit.
Excuse me.
I'm just going to go ahead and see if this audio's. Got something I want to try out real quick with the ambient sound mixer for Roll20, make sure everything's working right. And this is going to be the theme for the evening, as theme for the day was rainy skies, so it inspired me to play a little rain.
I'm going to lose connection for about 10 to 15 minutes.
There it is.
And then I will be right back because they're resetting my internet.
So as you guys are okay, well let me pause then for a quick moment.
Can I also make a formal request of our group? When it comes to soundboards, can we try to use the soundboard sparingly?
Yeah, there was an incident last week. It was last week, I guess. We did Nightfall, where a certain curious individual and very charismatic fellow, Chris, got a hold of the soundboard after discovering it and made plenty use of it. And it was funny for a time until it's overused, and then it's not funny anymore. It's just noise. So yeah.
Loud and jarring. A lot.
But yeah, I was going to say, as you guys start making your way to the mansion, you start seeing it come into focus. I believe that's where we ended last week's last session. The rain begins. You start to hear the thunder as it begins to storm. I guess while we are waiting on Cody, I'd like everyone to kind of be present, if that's okay. I'll take this moment to go grab a cigarette, and I guess we can go ahead and get ourselves a snack and get whatever, and we'll meet back here. Of course, you guys can discuss maybe what your intentions are with the wheel or the girl or whatever. I'll be listening in, as I always do.
Well, without knowing the details of the girl, other than she's being harassed every night, really don't know, don't have much of a plan to go on. But it's all going to work out in the end.
That sounds pretty easy. Just station somebody near her property for the night and see who comes by to harass her.
Maybe.
So we're waiting for Cody. I'll give you guys a topic. What is your plans with the wheel? Or do you really intend to play this guy that's money, or are you really hoping your tricks are going to work, or is there a backup plan if all else fails?
I mean, he agreed to fix the wheel, and whether or not I bring him supplies, I mean, I guess that's yet to be seen.
Well, that's not exactly right. He did not agree. He was forced to agree via spell. Once spell wears off, no longer forced to agree.
So he agreed. He knows nothing of a spell. He's still agreed to the deal. Otherwise, suggestion is completely fucking pointless. I mean, that's the whole point of it, is to make me, and they don't know that it was cast on them, so he wouldn't understand. He would have been compelled with the, and it had to have been something that Steam's. Let's see.
No, I'm not saying that he's not going to fix the wheel. I'm just saying that you did say that you were going to do something for him.
Yeah. Return
What is
that? Come back with certain supplies that he can use in his shop.
He's going to have some formal requests. Probably. I'm not going to try to ruffle your feathers or make you have wasted a spell when he did fail. That is true. Underlining the spell, it does say. But he's not exactly forced to. I don't know. We'll see how that plays out.
Yeah.
Because remember the very last line of the spell. If the condition isn't met before the spell expires, the activity isn't performed.
No, that's compulsion.
No, that's suggestion.
So he's begun work on it, as said, but there's going to be some negotiations. Look forward to that.
I mean, because let's face it, he can fix the wheel, but he can always renegotiate terms of the terms of putting the wheel back on. In 8 hours when the spell expires.
Okay, remember the 100 gold payment was actually for him to get started. To him to go take a look at it. And you made him waiver all that and agree to do the wheel. In exchange, you're going to get him stuff. He's like, okay, because of your suggestion. But we'll just see where this goes.
So we're saying it's going to take longer than the spell's active duration to fix the wheel. So I'll have another hurdle to go over with this wheel.
Well,
he did say he would do it in the morning. He did say that.
Okay, I'll think of something.
So as he's sleeping, he's going to be like, wait a second. He's going to wake up and be like, wheel.
Sorry. Signal issue with head. So.
No, you're fine.
Okay.
Perfectly.
So I will say, it's not a matter of him not fixing the wheel. Now it comes to a matter of him putting it on.
Right. But don't worry, I'm sure you can just choose the spell again and get what you want. That is the beauty of suggestion.
I gotta check with my dog. I'll be right back.
Yeah, you're fine. This is the time to do that when we're waiting for Cody to get back on.
Are we all here?
We are here. We're just waiting for Cody to get back. He's having a internet issue. Once Cody gets back on, we'll resume playing. We haven't really begun. We've still been in the moments of figuring out exactly what we're going to be doing. You guys are, of course, heading over to the mansion to start, and we will begin there shortly. So,
with a broken wheel.
if you have...
Oh, the mansion is within walking distance.
So that's what everyone's discussing right now, is what's going to go on, happen with the wheel.
But what goes on after the wheel's fixed is we roll on down the road. We just gotta get the wheel fixed first.
Where was Lord Breeze's destination for the wagon in the first place?
Here.
So why are we not just offloading products?
That's not his only place that he has to provide stuff to.
Well, let's not forget, Steve would be more than happy to fulfill his end of the bargain as a temporary employee of Lord Breeze to intimidate this poor repairman and shopkeep to hold on to the bargain that he'd made you, whether he knows it or not.
What the hell's he doing with that mustard?
I have a pretzel in front of me. See, what you missed, what Steve missed while he was guarding the cart, is this merchant and wagon repair guy has a nephew that's about twice the size of Steve.
Oh, that would not intimidate me one bit. That would just give me incentive to, like arm wrestle him or something. I did catch the ox of a nephew comment, though.
Oh, right. Yeah. So, Mr. Budd, I've got your character sheet up over here in case you... Mr. Budd, I was pulling up your character sheet to make sure we had you. Now, I don't know what's going on with Cody, so I'm just going to go ahead and continue, and Cody can get back on when he gets back on. I'm not sure exactly what's going on. Anyway,
he said it'd be about 10-15 minutes.
Yeah, it's been about that. So we're just going to go ahead and resume. So as you start making your way towards the mansion, you can see the damage that has been upon it from it being attacked over and over again by these wolves and vampires and bats and so forth, as was described. The storm begins. You start to hear thunder, and the rain begins to fall as your steps may hasten. Your guide looks up at the rain and says, "Oh, I hope this isn't him. They say he has the power to control the weather. I hope we have not upset him somehow." As you continue to make your way to the mansion, he approaches at the doorstep and he produces a key, rattles, and he starts to put it in the keyhole, and you hear shout from within, "Who is it? Tell me, who are you?" You hear a panicked woman's voice. "It is me, your brother. You know who I am. Let me in. I know you have the door barred. I brought help. Help against this devil." And you hear latches and the sounds of things being moved as you are let into the mansion. The door opens and you see a woman in full plate armor, holding a sword, trembling. She doesn't seem like she's quite acclimated to wearing this armor, but her frightened face shows that she has very little experience with the blade itself. And she opens it and sees that it is her brother and reaches out and grasps him and gives him a hug. I'm sorry? Somebody say something? Okay. So as she grabs him and gives him a hug, she complains about the smell of alcohol on his breath. "You've been drinking again, haven't you?" "It was only one drink," he says. Never mind that. I brought help. Tell my sister about you," he says as he turns around. Tell us your names. Please, come inside, of course." He pushes past his sister and ushers you all to enter. You, of course, are outside in the rain. What would you guys like to do?
I'm getting out of the rain because I'm a cat and I don't like rain.
So I'm gonna get under the porch, the overhang under the to get out of the rain. Wring out my hat, start wringing out my clothes. And then it's like, oh wait, I don't have to do that. Then prestidigitation to myself dry, and then start doing that to everyone else.
Thank you. Nice warm clothes.
And then I'll just come in between everybody and just kind of look around from my, lower point of view.
Okay. So, you guys begin coming in, and Finster begins casting his spells to dry everyone, and the young woman, she looks at you, Finster, with you making yourself dry all of a sudden, and the water going away, and you doing the same for all your companions, and she looks up at I always forget his name.
Ismark.
Looks up at Ismark. You're magic. This is great. Tell me, you are a magician, a wizard, a mage. Maybe you can help us. There was a story about a wizard that once stood up to him. Tell me, you are a great wizard, are you not?
Great. I don't know about a great wizard. I know I've got some skill, but I magic only helps me do my job. I'm an investigator.
An investigator.
Yes.
Looks up at Ismark. What do you investigate?
Can I do like based on my passive investigation and perception? Can I get an idea of what's been going on?
Yeah. Yeah, go ahead. What is your passive?
My passive investigation is 16, and my passive perception is 13.
Okay. Well, as you're sitting there discussing everything, you're doing your spells and whatnot, you making sure everyone's taken care of and begin this conversation. You're just looking around the room, and you can see that there are tables that are knocked over and chairs that are broken. That the windows are all boarded up from the inside. That there would appear to be something in front of the door to start, like a dresser that has been moved off to the side. There is even what looks like damage to the door where it's been broken off its hinges before. Yeah, the room itself looks like it's been terrorized. And often you see in the back room with your investigation, looking through a doorway, you can see what looks like a draped body on a table.
He looks like he's had too much spoiled milk.
So it appears to you that this woman has been under a lot of duress. They all have, and the young brother did tell you the last time about how their father recently passed from the tormenting of this Strahd.
Now he said that she's been visited. Do I see like marks on her neck, or I wouldn't be able to from down here?
So good point to good thing to point out. She you do not, and I will explain to those that may be watching at home. That's a little change that I made from the module. She has not been bitten.
Okay.
Not yet. Last time I did this with these guys, Strahd didn't make too many appearances because if he did, his task would soon be over. If he pressed the issue too far. So this gives me an opportunity to continually to... anyway, we'll see what happens. She hasn't been bitten yet. Doesn't appear. Continuing forward. What else?
So, based on like the scratches and paw prints like that we were coming in, would these be about the size of the wolves that were like attacking us on our way into town, or smaller or bigger?
It does seem like it matches the description of what could have been wolves, with some of the scratch marks on the inside. They look to be about no more than shoulder to head height. It could be done by a human or a humanoid or a canine, perhaps. But the paw marks themselves, the scratch marks themselves, they only have the three rather than what you might think from a humanoid with five claws. So yeah, you might gather that it was from canine.
Okay, but like the size of the ones that were harassing us last night.
Oh right, when you arrived on the carriage, yes, about they could be about the same size. Yes.
Okay. Uh, well, um, I know that you've been harassed by an unwanted individual. That is what, and as a result of that, your father in the other room caused your father in the other room to pass. And your windows are the windows, are they broken from the inside or the outside?
Uh, they're boarded up. You can see that there's broken glass on the interior of the house, as though they've been broken from the
Some
outside.
trying to get coming in. Okay. So your father had passed from as a result of these attacks. I'm guessing that your windows were caused probably by a wolf or a large dog, probably about yay tall, trying to come in through the windows, which uh, you were boarding that up pretty quickly. You're stronger than you look because that that dresser over there is about twice your size, and you're able to move that when your brother is outside. So kudos to you there. Um, anything else?
You are very astute in the art of observation. Perhaps you can help, but what would you do against such a monster?
Um, you know, that I don't know yet. Because I haven't met this monster. I'm actually looking for someone who is adjacent to this guy. Um, but other than that, I mean, because if I can find one, it'll take me to the other, and then, things will probably work themselves out that way. But I'm sure I have really good faith, really strong faith that if you stick with us, you're going to be in good hands.
Steve is quietly admiring the work of whoever has been torturing this woman, but also looking forward to pitting himself up against anything that can cause this kind of devastation.
So
Okay, so
Let's go to battle.
she listens or listens to you talk, Delma, and it's very astute in observation. But I don't know exactly what you plan to do or how you can help. But perhaps there is one thing. I fear my brother is not strong enough, and I fear to leave the house. My father, he needs to be properly buried. Can you help me with this task? Will you take his body to the church? He must be he must be given his rights from the morning Lord. I'm sorry. I know it's silly,
Am I
but
present during this?
it was what he would. It's what he would want.
we're all in the house.
I would feel a strong motivation to actually help this individual and make sure that the proper burial rites were, being a druid of nature.
I mean, I can.
Three,
I mean,
three
I
of
can't.
us.
Well, actually, I can carry him. I mean, he's not he's not he's not a big man, is he? Or was he?
Three
I
of us
could probably
stay,
carry
and the rest of us go, and then
We have an elephant in the room that could probably help us carry some heavy things
And that's
if
not
they
a
were up for it.
that's not a figure of speech. You literally have an elephant in the room.
Indeed, you do.
So yeah, you guys see as she opens up the back door the rest of the way, and she leads you into what would be the dining room, and you see on the dining room table there is his body draped over with what looks like a white sheet. Um, she sobs to herself as Ismark goes over and consoles her and looks up and says, "It would be a great weight off her mind knowing that her father's last wishes, were respected. It is across town. I know it is a long way, especially in this rain. Perhaps you can do it in the morning? I don't know. You wouldn't want to do it now, would you? That's... You can't be...
Do you
can't be
have
that
a
eager.
coffin? Do you have a coffin or a casket for him?
Indeed, I did. I did prepare one for him, but I did not have it in me to move his body. And she would not help me. But if you would help me now, we can do that. I have a casket ready for him to transfer.
If you're concerned about him rising again, I can take care of that. I'll just remove his head.
No, that's not necessary. No, please. It's just it's his sacred ground, the Morning Lord, the church. He's lived here all his life, and it is where his parents are buried. He wishes to be buried alongside them.
Well, I'd help, but I could carry his boots.
I mean, obviously, we should probably wait till morning, right?
I'll carry his gold.
To punctuate my point,
As you guys are discussing, you hear a howl. It seems close. She's startled as she hears it. He's returning. No, it is just a wolf in the distance. You do not know that. You're safe. Besides, they are here to help you. He would be foolish to attack you now that we have protection.
What do you mean, he?
The devil, this vampire, they call him Strahd. They say he is ancient. He is the land. He is forever.
so this house has been ravaged by what was it again? Finster?
Wolves, bats, apparently a vampire, something that uses fire. Yeah, that was another thing that I forgot to bring up in my initial observation. Is why would somebody, if this person is trying to take you, why burn the house down with you in it?
Well, so my point is that if this house has been assaulted almost, if not nightly, and now we're hearing howls in the distance, I might go and say that it might be a good time to check our defenses.
Well, there's 8 of us.
And who knows how many wolves out there.
Not nearly enough.
Wolves, I'm not worried about.
Can I? I'm sorry. Go ahead.
It's not the wolves I'm worried about. It's not the bats. It's not the rats. It's not the cats. I mean, because mine is all fluffy and soft over here. It's the ancient vampire that's kind of got me worried.
Around this time, I imagine Breeze will start searching around the house, trying to find any form of alcohol. Preferably wine, though. Because this situation, if any other, is I need a drink.
I mean, I'll pour you some water and make it taste like, like an 80-year-old, an 80-year-old Scotch if you want.
I mean, so can I, but the effect has to be there, despite the taste. I at least need a little bit of the actual effect.
Too bad you're the one that cast suggestion.
I don't understand that comment.
We can suggest that you're drunk.
Oh, I don't need to get drunk. I just all this talk of ancient vampires and whatnot is not up my alley. This is what I did not sign up for.
So, you guys putting the body in the casket then, I guess?
Yeah, might as well.
Yep.
Yeah.
So that doesn't trouble you too much. The casket is in the next room, and he asks some of you to help Steve, and you make short work of it, throw it up over your shoulder, and just walk on in.
I mean, I would like to put on a Texas floating disc.
Indeed, I had a feeling that's what you were talking about. Well, I could if I wanted to. I could get him there. I figured that was what you were thinking. Just throw him on your proverbial doggy string and just we'll take him for a walk.
Yeah, that's what I was like. He's not a large man, is he?
So before long, you have him in the coffin, and you put the top on and maybe set a couple tacks. As you continue to hear the wolves And they continue to get closer. That was kind of fun. I do like it sometimes. It's fun. But yeah, so you guys continue to hear the noise. As you put the body in the coffin, what would you guys like to do now?
Find some sort of alcohol.
I can agree to that.
Make me an investigation check.
You'd never drink before battle. I'm gonna stand guard.
I'm gonna break out some of my catnip and start smoking some.
14.
So you got one party member that's smoking catnip as you begin making your way through the mansion as they're dealing with the coffin, looking for the wine cabinet or whatever. And you do find what looks like it has a number of bottles that are on a shelf, and as you get closer, you kick one with one on the ground, and then you see there's a number of them. And as you get closer, you examine the cupboard, open it up, you notice that it is full of bottles, all of them empty. Wine, whiskey, scotch, you name it. There was a plethora. It's all.
That's a shame.
But why is the rum always gone?
Well, that's what drove the brother down to the inn at the crack of dawn.
Dad's dead, vampires bothering sister, and the liquor cabinet is empty.
And I'm the new lord of Barovia, of the town of Barovia, and I've got to figure out how to protect my sister from this devil Strahd. And yeah, it's a lot. Not to give Ismarth the Lesser any I'd like to stand on, but it is a lot. So, Lucius, sorry, no wine. Is there anything else you'd like to do?
Probably sulk.
You can hit off the pipe if you're interested.
You see Lucius come. I'm sorry, not Lucius. This Lord Breeze coming back with an empty bottle of what looks like scotch or rum, and you offer him a little bit of some cigweed. Breeze, are you partaking? It's not your type of tobacco.
I sell it, but I do not partake.
It's
Never
the second
smoked.
best thing making.
This is also a good time to mention that we at the Table of the Tavern don't have any sponsors. We're not, adhering to anyone's mandate. We're just guys that just play D&D. So yeah, we may curse a little bit, like sometimes like sailors. We may smoke a little pot on the game, and we may talk about doing this and that and the other. But that's just, we're just guys. We're just people playing D&D. We're just having fun. And I'm sorry.
We're in a legal state.
That's not for you. What's that?
We're in a legal state.
Well, I'm talking about like characters. Of course, whatever you decide to do, whatever that's your choice, and I plead the fifth. But yeah, I mean,
All of our characters are over the age. All of our characters are adult over the age of 18, or whatever their racial maturity level is.
Couldn't have said it better myself. And with that said,
So a goblin may be 8, but for a goblin that is 20.
so I almost feel like let me get who's all partaking.
I am. My sense is clear.
Of course I am.
My senses aren't clear. Focus.
Okay, so the cat and the elephant.
And the druid.
And the druid. Okay. I had a feeling. Let me go ahead and get constitutions for everyone.
I can roll that myself now because I'm actually home. The internet's reset.
Don't forget about your key phrase there, Patrick.
You should be fine.
What's the worst that could possibly happen? You said Constitution save?
Yes.
Requiem got a 16.
I got a 6. I'm apparently stoned off my ass.
You got a
I got
13.
5.
You got a 19.
So, good news, Requiem. You're fine. This is your stash. You've been smoking it, for weeks. However, these guys had never smoked this particular strain before.
I am using my portent, so they pass their saves.
No.
Well, let me just finish
So we don't feel high.
By saying, what were the actual rolls then?
Mine was a 5.
Which I gave him a 13.
13, and the other.
I had a 6.
That's a 19.
Okay, they both saved me. Just for all intents and purposes, I wanted to make sure the portent dice did in fact save. And the Constitution save was a 10, so yeah, you guys are good. So this time, thanks to the divination wizard, you guys succeed. But next time, Gadget.
I just gave up 2 really good portent rolls, so you guys aren't completely incoherent if all hell breaks loose.
Because otherwise it's -1 down the condition track.
That makes sense.
Good call, David.
Yeah.
He saved you from some DM fuckery. So, with
I sacrificed my day, one of my greatest features for you two.
If he dies, it's your fault. And with that, what would you have to do next?
What's the worst that could possibly happen?
Well, he said that, it's like, hey, the good luck charm that is Finster, is doing his thing.
By the way, I like this new camera feature because when I fade to the back and just let you guys talk, I can literally just fade to the back. It's kind of cool. Anyway, so what do you guys? Are you guys making your way to the church now, or are you guys gonna wait out the storm?
We should
I
probably
thought we were gonna pretty much set up our arrest.
Yeah.
Okay. So
Wait out the storm. Give them one last night to sit, wait, to have their wake or sit shiva or whatever, their particular religious belief is, and then we can take him to the church in the morning, where we have plenty of time to get things done before horrible things happen. I've played Castlevania.
So, wait out the storm. And so, the storm continues. And you continue to hear the sounds of the storm. And it continues throughout the night as you guys begin to turn in for the evening. Correct.
Yeah, we should set up a watch system though, just in case.
I am going to cast alarm on the front door.
But I suggest at least one person being awake in certain spots throughout the night, just in case something tries to get through the door.
Steve very enthusiastically volunteers to watch first.
Oh, and since there's no concentration, I am going to put alarm, since there is no concentration with alarm. And it doesn't say that I can only have one active. I am going to put it on the door and every window on the ground floor.
That's going to take some
And
time.
the front.
That will take some time.
I
I
will.
will spell.
That's 11 minutes per. So the very first thing that I would do is I'm going to do the front gate outside, then the door, then back inside, then I'm going to do the windows. If there's a back door to the house, I'm going to do that. And all of the triggers, if anything triggers any of them, it will be audible for everybody.
How many stories is in this house?
Two stories. It's the bottom level that you guys are in, and then there would be bedrooms and so forth upstairs. So you got like a dining room, and you have a kitchen area, and then you have a living area, and a den, and then you have the main foyer that you guys would be in right now, and then there would be a staircase leading up. There would be about 4 bedrooms. There would be a master bedroom, and you have one for both of the kids, the son and the daughter, and then you'd have also.
And then it's like a servant's quarters.
What's that? The servant quarters.
No servants' quarters?
The servant quarters would be downstairs.
Okay.
Are you able to put alarms on the windows upstairs?
That'll take a little more time, but I can do that.
Okay, because I remember the bats coming around with the wolves the last time, and she says she's being harassed by a bat. Something coming through the window. I think they spoke for themselves. It would be a good idea.
So as you guys are getting ready to turn in for the evening, Steve, you decide you're going to take watch first, and you're watching as Finster is going from door to window, and so on and so forth. Taking what appears to be some string of silver and running it across, and carefully doing meticulous whatnots as he says some sort of words and whatnot. I actually have. I did this. It's kind of funny. I just wanted to show it, I guess. Not very professional. I know. I don't care. It's fun. I had spell words. So you can actually, whatever. Anyway, it's cool. It's fun. But yeah, he goes around and does all the doors and the windows as you watch. This goes on for, say, a couple of hours as he does. He's basically doing the watch with you. And Steve, why don't you go ahead and give me a perception, and Finster, you can go ahead and join him with that perception check, please.
I rolled a 24.
22.
22 and 24. So, as you guys are, as you're finishing up, Finster, if you were setting the alarms, you make your way back to the main foyer where Steve is, and he's keeping watch, and he might be using a whetstone on his axe as he peers at the front door intently, waiting, just wishing someone would come through, you know? And
You'll have plenty of time to get ready for someone to come through the door, because if someone comes through if someone hits the front gate, we're gonna know.
Indeed.
Not if they're flying.
So, Steve and Finster.
20 feet around it, but yeah.
Steve and Finster, you can see light that comes through the bottom of the door every time the lightning strikes. And as the lightning strikes, you can see what looks like like somebody is standing there, and it flashes with light. And you see an imprint of what looks like a shadow of someone standing on the other side. Shadow flashes again, and you still see the same silhouette of what looks like someone standing on the other side. And then, and it's gone. You can,
I don't know if that was a trick of the light or someone realizing that they're not invited.
what would
Steve
you
is
like
just going to be patient. Yep, Steve is just going to be patient and wait for the rain to breach the home. There's no sense getting wet outside, you know.
continue to hear, it sounds like the bats that are flying around outside. You can hear them outside the windows and above you on the roof and so forth. But you find
bats. Typically kind of cute, but right now it's kind of ominous.
as you guys are in the main foyer, you can hear those bats, and they're flying over the house, flying near the windows, and you can hear them suddenly. But nothing seems to be attacking the house. None of the doors are blowing off their hinges. Nothing's smashing through the windows, other than the sounds of things outside. It seems like a pretty quiet watch. And Steve and Finster, you spend your time watching, and then you wonder if maybe it's time to wake someone else up as a few hours approach by.
I'm going to go for the Lexodon, being, somebody that's likely to do a good job watching the home.
I'm gonna go wake up Vitora, because he can be up the rest of the night. He doesn't, if he's, he only needs 4 hours. Should give him 4 solid. You know what? I'm gonna wake up Breeze. He needs to do something.
So Breeze and our Luxodon. What was the Luxodon's name again?
Requiem.
Requiem and Breeze. You guys are both awake as Steve and Finster wake you both up. Is there anything you guys are sharing with them about the events of the evening so far?
All of the windows and doors are wood, so if anything tries to get in, we will know in great volume. But I don't know if it was a trick of the light, but during some lightning flashes, it looked like there were legs in front of the door, in front of the front door. So keep that in mind. He might try something. He might not. Either that or he just might be playing with us. I don't know. I'm going to bed.
You have a good rest, and we'll let you know if anything exciting happens.
Oh, if anything exciting happens, I'm sure we'll all know.
Fair point.
So I'm just going to curl up with the cat, use the cat as a pillow, and...
Alright, so Breeze and Requiem, you guys are awake as Finster and Steve, you head to bed to get some rest for the night. As you guys begin your watch, what would you guys like to do?
I'm keeping a sharp ear out. Actually, I kind of wanted to. Is there any cracks in the windows where the boards are that I could see a little inside?
Yeah, there is some space through the boards that are up over the window that if you looked out, you can see. Roll perception. That's the one.
That would be a 22 in perception.
Breeze, was anything you're doing at the time? Matt?
He doesn't have his headset on. I'm asking him.
It's fine. If he's preoccupied, we'll just go with what you're doing. So, Requiem,
Yes.
you look outside and you're seeing between the cracks of a couple of the boards that you can see through the shards of glass that have broken the panes. And you can still see the rain dripping down, and you see the flashes of light, the lightning. You see the castle up on the hill. And you can see bats flying around outside. As the lightning flashes, you can see silhouettes. And you see what looks like something run across the road, followed by two more. Canine in appearance. Looks like dogs.
Lovely. Lord Breeze, keep an ear out possibly. There's seems to be a few mutts out there running around. How far away is the house from the road? Is it like right in front of the road?
The road leads right up to the mansion. So yeah, the road, you can see the road from the mansion. There's a walkway that walks up. There is, of course, you can see the map that David is sharing, an actual map of the area. Where F4 is, that is the mansion. And outside of that is the pathway leading right up to the doorstep. You see that? So you would have been seeing some wolves making their way across from the road right there in the middle of it all.
Okay, I let Lord Breeze know they're like right around the perimeter. The road leads up to the mansion, and they walk across the road in front of the mansion.
Yeah, somewhere around in that area. You see them. You see those wolves moving across. Anyhow, is there anything else you'd like to do, or is that it?
I'm also going to go upstairs and kind of take a listen in upstairs. Is there any windows upstairs I could look out of without intruding on anyone's sleep?
Yeah. If you want to go upstairs, that's fine.
So who's all asleep right now, other than me?
Everyone but Breeze and Requiem. So, Requiem, you begin making your. Sorry. Here we go. Requiem, you begin making your way up the stairs. And you make your way up to some of the bedrooms there. Of course, in one room is. The party may be in one of the guest rooms. I don't know. I don't know exactly how you guys spread out throughout the house. Some of you may be sleeping on couches. Some of you may be in one of the rooms. Of course, Esmeralda, not Esmeralda. Irina, sorry, names. Irina would be in a room by herself, while her brother would be in his room by himself. And of course, there's the master room that's vacant, but the deceased is still downstairs. You know, I don't know if you guys want to go and intrude into the master bedroom just yet. Of course, the guest room would be available for you guys, and there is, of course, the servants' quarters downstairs that would be empty. But other than that, you know, you guys take your pick.
I'd be curled up on the floor by the fire, sleeping.
Vatora would be near the casket waiting to perform the final rites.
Yeah, I'd probably be in the. Yeah, I'd be in like the pantry over by the kitchen or the pantry, just out of everybody's way.
Mike, Becky, you still there? I haven't heard you guys for a while. I know you guys are resting, but we'll make sure you guys are still with us there. All right then. So, as you make your way up the stairs, Requiem, you hear a thud on the door. And it catches your attention. You probably look back. Breeze. Your attention is, of course, on the door, as well as you hear the thud. Sounds like something slamming. Right up.
So something hit the front door?
Something hit the front door. Would that
okay,
cause
so
your
that'll
alarm
trigger
to
the
go
alarm.
off?
Yes, it will.
So the alarm sounds, and so you hear this alarm resonating throughout all the rooms, throughout the entire mansion, all at once, drawing everyone awake. So
I believe alarm tells
I
you
spring
the
up to my
size.
feet, like, what the heck?
Can I see what hit the door?
not from inside.
Unlike normal, Vatora is pretty upset that he's been woken up by this.
So yeah, up, ready. Even though I haven't had a long rest, I'm hitting my staff, tapping my staff to activate mage armor, because it feels it's about to go down.
Okay.
Just for reference, DM, about how long has passed, because my character only requires 4 hours for a long rest.
You would have had a long rest though.
Thank you.
Give me 1 second. I'm trying to text our other compatriots to see if they're still awake or not. Because this is getting whatever. Alright. So, is anyone opening the door? What are you guys doing?
I have a feeling it's not a wise idea to open the door, considering the things we were seeing and hearing outside.
So where I'm at in the kitchen, is there like a back door or like a delivery panel, like for somebody like dropping like delivery off in the back, and they just like open like a small door to get to it or anything like that?
Like a doggy door?
Ask that again,
Full shoot.
David.
Like an old coal chute, yeah.
David, can you ask that again?
Is there like a back door in the kitchen where I'm at? Or is there like a coal chute or something along those lines?
Yeah, there would be a back door there from the kitchen.
Okay.
And there would be a dumbwaiter.
Well, I don't need to go up. I'm sending my cat out.
Becky, I'm glad you're there. I was making sure that everyone was with us here. You still there, Becky? Becky? You just texted me a second ago. Okay, moving on.
So, so yeah, just like open the back door, crack send the cat out, and then head towards the living room, and then let my eyes, and then, ride the cat's vision, so I can see what's around the corner.
Okay. Sorry, my attention is sidelined as I'm trying to get a hold of my players I haven't heard from for a good minute, getting responses from Becky, but I can't hear Becky, and that worries me. Becky, are you there? Otherwise, I'm going to kick you out of Discord. Alright. Mike, I'm going to kick you out of Discord. Alright. I really don't want to do that at the same time. You know what? I'll just leave it. They're not hurting anything. No sounds coming through. Alright. Okay. Sorry about that, Finster. I apologize. My attention was silent. So, please explain to me what you're seeking to do with this book.
So I'm looking for for a discreet way of putting my cat outside, my familiar cat outside.
Okay.
So that way it's like I'm just gonna open the door real quick, put him out, close the door, and then then see what it's seeing as he goes around the house to see what's hitting the front door.
Okay.
And being and trying to be as stealthy as it can.
All right. There is some latches on the door, so you get busy unlatching it as quietly as you can.
Right. That's why I was wondering if there was like a delivery spot for like firewood or coal or.
Right. So, can you just do for me real quick? Stealth.
Stealth on myself. So I have a question. 10. Is that a fail?
It's not really a fail. What you're doing is you're setting
Okay.
a stealth DC, and I'm trying to succeed over it.
Oh, okay. So, favored by the gods won't do me any good anyway, because that is if I an attack roll or saving throw. Okay. So it's a 10.
Okay. All right. So you unlatch the door, trying to be very quiet as you do so, and you open up the door and let the cat, and you close the door behind. As you do, of course, you can hear the wolves howl. But they've been howling all night, so I'm sure it's fine. And you close the door again. And at this time, are you trying to peer through the cat's eyes, or?
Yes.
Okay. So, you begin making your way around the house.
So, should I stealth as the cat?
Yes, please.
So that is an 11.
And your cat begins to make its way around the house. You get around to the front part of the house, and you're trying to see what had hit the door, right? What was that slam? So you make your way around and you see what looks like nothing. You don't see anything like there physically out the front. Nothing on like the ground in front of it that might have hit it. Whatever hit the door is not there anymore.
So just gonna creep up and stick to the shadows and kind of keep an eye out. Actually start smelling around.
Roll me an investigation, please.
Investigation? Okay, so I'll be using the. Am I using my investigation or the cat's or the cat's intelligence? Well, I'm using mine.
Whichever one's greater, I'll let you do that.
Okay, so investigation. That's an 8.
So you're curiously looking around, but it's hard to make out anything with all the rain and lightning. You do see a shadow shift across the street. You look up real quick, but by the time you look, whatever it was that was moving is gone. What would you like to do?
Well, I'm going to take my senses back, leave the cat there, and then I'm coming back into the main room where hopefully everybody is gathering.
And the cat, which you're making it way back around?
No.
Okay.
I'm leaving the cat there.
Leaving the cat there. Okay, got it. Not taking the cat back inside. I wanted to make sure I understood that.
No, because that's going to take time, and if something happens to the cat, I can always resummon it. So I'm taking my senses back and going into the foyer, where I'm guessing everybody else is assembled.
That's where I'm assuming. Okay. All right. So so I guess you're going to relay everything to.
That was the point. Use an expendable asset to try to get some intelligence without risking any of us going outside and falling prey to the vampire.
Well, as time continues on, nothing really seems to happen. Of course, Irina's downstairs now with you. So she says, it's the same every night. They come, they make noise, they make threats, they attack, but they don't come in. I don't understand it. It's as if they just want to torment us.
Well, there is something out there. I was seeing some shadows, some moving shadows and hearing wolves. But didn't see anything hit the door.
Yes, it plays tricks. He's there. Yes. He hoards them all, he controls them, he pushes them. He pushes them like death themselves onto the heels. They obey every command. They are his. He is there.
Well, he said he wants to talk. So, and well, it's already tripped this thing. So I'm going to go to the front door, open it up. Just like reach up, open the door, and just stand there, in the frumpy wizard's clothes and a big hat, and just the staff is like, hello? It's kind of late to be trying to sell insurance.
My extended warranty is up to date.
Sorry. So you stand at the front door. You start talking, and you.
Well, no, I'm not staring at it. I've opened the door.
Yeah, you opened up the front door. You're standing in the front door.
Yeah.
Looking out.
A whole imposing 2'9".
Roll me perception.
By the way, Requiem makes the girl stand behind him.
That is a 12.
Okay. You see an object in the middle of the road. It looks like the silhouette of a person. Just standing there as the rain falls. Lightning strikes and you can see it as a man. What would you like to do?
So I'm just gonna look and it's like, is this him? Just gonna look back inside and pointing out, is this him?
She comes to the door behind you, and as she looks around the corner of the door, she shrieks back. I do not know for sure. It could be anyone, but yes, it may be him. I mean, who else could it be? If it was anyone else, they'd be torn to shreds by now. It must be him.
Aha.
Tatiana, you hear. Do not play games. Why do you persist? You and I are forever. You hear from the road this person speak. I am not Tatiana. Leave me alone. My father, he is dead because of you. I want nothing to do with you. I do not know who this Tatiana is. I do not know who you are. Leave me alone. You and I are destined. Whether in this life or the next, Tatiana, you will be mine.
I'm sorry, Mr. Senile individual standing in the rain. That's not her name. So I think you have her confused with somebody else. So if you and your wolves and your bats and what other crawly things that you might have coming around and your fire, you can take it back to your home. I'm sure there's somebody waiting to feed you pudding.
Jesus. That was the most polite disrespecting I think I've ever experienced there, Finster.
Halfling manner. So, good night and safe travels.
I said good day.
And then I will just go ahead and close the door.
Okay. So as you close the door, and you latch it from behind.
Yeah. Well, I think that went rather well.
Did you leave your cat out there? Or did you let it come into the...
Oh, the cat's still out there. If I need to, I can just. So like every 30 seconds or so, I'm gonna, look through the cat for a couple of seconds just to kind of keep an eye on the area, and then pop back. So it's like I'm switching channels every so often.
You can protect her from it. Keep her from it. You intervene in my destiny. You are all fools. Do you not think if I wish, I can enter that house?
But you weren't invited.
Also, literally nobody asked.
What's that?
I said also, literally nobody asked. Or even brought up whether or not you can come in the house.
Oh god, we're climbing on that.
The whole place is barred up, and you guys just closed the door and latched it and locked it from behind.
Oh god, we're clowning on it. We're clowning on the fucking...
You started it. You put us
I
on
know.
this track, and
I know.
we're just
I know.
following suit.
I know. But I'm just proving that, yeah, you guys are hiding in the house. This land, it is mine. The house, it is mine. I go where I wish. And with that, the door is going to explode. And with that, you're going to see it's going to explode in a ball of fire. I need everyone that's around the door to go ahead and roll a dexterity save.
Who's all around the door?
Ow.
I honestly don't know where I was. If you think I was by the door, let me know and I'll roll dex.
No.
I got a 12.
So
I'm not going to make you be by the door.
So
I
was by the door.
I know Finster is.
I'm guessing a 10 is a fail.
10 is a fail.
So in this case that trick as a saving throw. This triggers Blessing of the Gods. So this now becomes, so that 10 now is a 15.
Ooh.
Favored by the gods.
Pardon me, give me 1 second. There we go. Not enough here. I apologize. We'll I'm going to roll something, but I'm going to use, instead of using physical dice, I'm just going to make it easy by just rolling it here. Rather than dragging a whole bunch of dice in. So, what was your total again?
15.
You're going to take 23 points of fire damage.
I am down.
Down? Okay. So you see Finster, he says, we don't want what you're selling, and then closes the door and begins to latch it, and the door explodes after he, says, do you think I cannot enter this house if I want? It is mine. I am the land. I go where I please, or go where I want, and then the house's door explodes, and you see Finster shot back to the back of the room. Finster, I'm not going to give you a death save from the impact. This is purely theatrical. You are down, okay? And with that, roll initiative. On for that. Thank you, Levi, for the battle music. I had a friend of mine, Levi, help us out with creating a little bit of battle music. He's an artist. I'll need more information about the actual band and so forth. I'd like to know him for helping us out with this. This is awesome. But anyway, give me a quick moment. I apologize. Should you guys go ahead and roll initiative? Hold it on for me because I've been holding this triple black.
Unfortunately, I only rolled a 12, so I got hit as well. Can I go ahead and get some initiatives, starting with anyone that has over a 20? Alright. Does anyone have over a 15? Does anyone have over a 10? Oh. Sorry, I'm talking. Can I go ahead and get some initiatives? Can I start with anyone that has over a 20? Okay, does anyone have a 15 or higher?
Requiem has a 20.
Okay. Okay. Does anyone else have 15 or higher? 10 or higher? Anyone have 5 or higher? You guys all rolled that low?
Yeah, Steve has 7.
Lord Breeze has a 6.
Also, Patrick, I was standing next to the door. Steve was standing next to the door as well and only rolled a 12.
I have an 11.
That will be full damage then as well, just like you received. So it's going to be full. Curtis, what did you roll? Curtis?
Snowball.
Okay. Alright.
We
Okay,
lost
we're
our.
gonna start where we at. Requiem, it is your turn. And David, what turn are you going on?
My initiative is 11.
Requiem, you're up.
Okay, is a man standing in the doorway?
No. There's nobody standing in the doorway. He is standing in the street about, let's say about 60 feet back. He's very small in the street back there. In the rain. So you see the open door blown open by the fireball that exploded, and you see probably parts of the wall that are still burning on fire as the rain may pop up and sizzle. As beyond it, from the smoldering the smoke, you see a silhouette in the distance, about 60 feet back from the door, to be specific. And it's standing. All smothered.
I'm going to walk to the doorway, so I am officially 60 feet away from him, and I'm going to cast Sacred Flame.
Okay, and that's a save or something.
Yes, the DC is 13.
Okay. That is a no-go at this station.
He saved.
Yes. Is that going to end your turn?
Yes.
So you hold out your hand and say, something about burned by the sacred flame, and nothing happens. You're like, oh, on second thought. And that brings us to David making a death save.
Okay. That is a 2.
So you failed your first save. And that brings us to Steve.
Okay.
Steve, you still singed a bit from the fireball that exploded, and some of the debris, may have splintered in you, but you dust it off and you stand up. And what would you like to do?
Well, I am officially supposed to be here protecting my poor friend Finster over here, so I'm going to actually run over and try to stabilize.
Okay. Can you roll me a medical check?
Sure can. 17.
Kudos to Steve for immediately thinking about the wounded. Because sometimes we think we've got a little bit of time and we don't. So, Finster, you are stabilized.
But I'm at 0 hits.
And Steve, is that going to end your turn?
Unfortunately, I don't have health potions or anything to use, so yes, that will end my turn.
Curtis, are you there? I saw your thing light up just a second ago. All right, don't know what's happening tonight. Everyone's dropping out here. And that brings us to Breeze.
Yeah.
Breeze, you see Steve rush over to Finster's side to aid him as Requiem stands in the doorway to confront this Strahd fellow. what would you like to do?
That's a good question. I've been scouring, trying to find a way to heal Finster, but I don't have anything that heals. Oh man, I don't know if this is gonna work. Can I ask you if how you think this is if this is even worth trying or not, or is that too metagamey for you?
Go ahead. Let me hear what you guys say.
I'm intrigued by the idea of casting Calm Emotions on Strahd and making him indifferent to us.
Shot. Always try.
All right. I guess let's go for it. For sorcery points, do I do that before the spell triggers?
What was the question? Sorry.
Sorcery points.
Sorcery
Do I?
Yeah, if you're going to use that ability, yeah, you consume it.
Okay. Then I'm going to use a sorcery point for extending spell to double its duration and cast Calm Emotions on this individual with the idea of making him indifferent to the group.
Okay, and what is the save?
That is 15 on Charisma.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah.
Yes. All right. So what did you roll there, bud? For initiative.
Give me a second. I was just trying to get that one established as soon as I got it reconnected. And that is a 19.
Okay. 19.
22 after modifier. My bad.
Okay.
Good number, solid number, strong number.
Yeah. So,
We just need him to bomb this saving throw.
okay. So that means you would have been going right after Requiem, but that's fine. Freeze, you said it was a 15?
Yeah.
Just 1 second.
He could choose to fail if he wanted to.
Choose to succeed. I want to make sure he needs to. Because not sure. This isn't exact. This is a charming. Charming him, right?
It's an enchant. I guess so.
Well,
I don't know what it's technically as.
You can't actually.
I don't know if it's counted. Hey,
He's a
Calm
vampire.
Emotions.
He can't be charmed.
All it says is you try to suppress strong emotions.
Okay.
Causing the target to be... You can suppress any effect causing a target to be charmed or frightened. Damage effect is charmed, yes. So...
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it has no
Yes, this is a charm.
It has no effect.
Well, then that was pointless.
It happens.
That's it for me.
Why am I getting text messages from them as though they're there if they're not there? Mike, can you hear me?
Yep.
We're in the middle of combat, bud. I've been trying to figure out what your initiative is. So I rolled for you, okay? You're going to be going after Strahd on 4, okay? That's your initiative. Coming up here pretty soon, okay? All right? And Cody.
Yes.
If you're there, if
I am.
Breeze is done, if that's going to end your turn, Breeze, it becomes his turn.
Yeah, that's my one thing.
So Requiem walks up to the door and casts a spell that fizzles out. At which time, what would you like to do, Cody?
I would like to first of all use Wild Shape and change form into a Dionychus.
A Dionychus, okay. So you
We got a
have
dinosaur!
do you by chance have a character or a stat sheet for the creature that you're turning into available for you?
Yes. Do you need me to send it to you?
No, I do not. I just want to make sure you have it. Okay. You're going to be using
Yes,
those
I went
stats.
through and I made a little book of all the ones that I can change into so far.
Good. I taught you well. All right.
Yes, sir.
What would you like to do?
So what's the closest enemy to me? How far?
Well, there's only one in view. He's 60 feet.
Outside,
60 feet?
in the rain.
I'm a dinosaur. I don't mind the rain. I'm gonna go ahead and move half that 30 feet, and then since I am now outside, can I roll a perception to see what I see?
Yes.
And for this one, passive perception is a 13. And perception is +3. So an 18.
Okay, 18 total. So you foresee a number of bats up in the sky flying around, and you can see that on either side of you, as you run out the front door, bridging the gap between you and this figure, that there are wolves on the road, and out just outside of the house. So as you run out the door, you can see these wolves as you look left and right. There's 6 of them, 3 on either side.
Are within any of the enemies within 10 feet of me?
Not yet. They're about 60 feet off. A little bit of distance from them.
Then I'm gonna go ahead and hold the choke point right outside the door and make sure nothing can get past me.
All right. So you just charge up to the front door, just in front of Requiem, and you're like, you ain't going nowhere. Where you going? Nowhere. All right. And that ends your turn. From there, David fails save. Steve does medic check. Breeze, you cast your spell. Strahd, he laughs. Fools, you will die here, and your souls, they will stay here with me forever. You cannot keep me from her for too long. Fret as you will. In the end, she will be mine. And you see her turn into a bat. And he flies away. But we're still got combat. You got those wolves outside, you got the bats in the sky. Bud, it is your turn. You see him turn into a bat and start flying up into the sky. Requiem and Druid has turned into a dinosaur, has run out the front door. What would you like to do? Mike, are you there? moving on. Requiem, it is your turn. What would you like to do? And Curtis, are you still there?
Curtis, check your audio.
Curtis, I can't hear anything you're saying if you're there. All right, that brings us top of the initiative. It is Requiem's turn.
We ran out the window.
Amanda?
Yeah, I'm here.
It's your turn.
I'm going to turn around and ask the lady if she is okay.
She looks terrified as she's clutching her sword. She's back huddled in a corner, watching as Steve tries to tend to the wounds of Finster. She's terrified.
Are there any sort of enemies in sight? Okay, then I'm going to stay put and make sure she stays safe.
And will that end your turn? Yes?
Yes.
Cody. Cody, it's your turn, bud. Curdy. Dino Curdy. I know
Tonight's game has been sponsored by technical difficulty.
Yeah. I know kind of threw you off because you just went, but it is your turn.
Maybe the storm had something to do with his internet.
Maybe. He was having difficulty with that. We'll come back.
David. Okay, I'm here. Sorry about that.
It is your turn.
Okay. So, yeah, my internet's been dropping in and out this whole time, so I'm doing my best. Sorry about that, guys.
No, you're fine. Might be having technical difficulties across the board right now, it appears. Becky's gone. I can't get any response from Mike or Curtis. I don't know what's going on there.
Okay, so
are you
now,
guys
as of now, how is the... My bad.
No, I was asking, are you guys actually having a storm out there in Missouri?
Yes.
Ah, okay.
I am currently at Dionychus. Have any of the enemies moved into zone?
Nope.
Okay. I want to go ahead and sprint forward. I'm assuming one of the enemies has to be at least 20 feet away, right?
Okay, so Strahd turned into a bat and flew away. There are still the wolves outside. We'll say that they close in. So yeah, we'll say they're about 20 feet away from you. Sure.
I would like to go ahead and sprint straight forward and go ahead and use my multi-attack. So 2 claws and a bite.
Go ahead.
Alright, and first one is a 7.
7 does not hit.
Then I got a 14.
14 hits.
And a 15.
15 hits.
So we'll say it was a claw bite. So 1 claw and 1 bite landed. Okay, now I'm gonna need a little bit of help with this one because there's not exactly a button for me to transform on D&D Beyond. So it says 6, 1d8 plus 2. So just roll the 1d8.
Yeah, I can even help you. I have a whole bunch of dice that have D&D Beyond ready, so whatever you like.
1d8. That is 6.
6. And then you hit him another time, correct? Oh, I see.
The other one's also a d8. It'll be a 3.
And what's the damage? So those were custom rolls. So you're either strength.
Oh, +4 to hit. My bad.
And what's so is there a strength that is tacked on to the?
It says 6, and then 1d8 +2.
+2. So that's the +2. All right. So that makes it 11 points. All right. So you was there anything added to the 6, or was that a total?
That no, those were just my totals. I didn't add in the +2s. So 6, 7, 8. It's an 8 and a 5.
That makes a big difference. So you slice into the wolf with your claw, and you see him rend or rear back as you do so, and then you grab him with your mouth, because you're a dinosaur, and fling him over your shoulder, and he is dead.
Okay, well then that kind of ends it. I was gonna say I also need you to pass a strength saving throw, but never mind if he's dead.
He fails.
Yeah, I kind of figured. And that's the end of my turn.
All right. That brings us to David. You're no longer making a death save. You are incapacitated.
I do nothing.
Steve.
I twitch.
Finster moves a thumb. And Steve, it is your turn.
Okay. I am going to go ahead and... Well, actually, he's at the back side of the room. I wouldn't be able to reach anybody, even with them having approach. So I'm not going to go for melee. I'm going to go ahead and rage and then run to the door and chuck a javelin at any remaining wolves or bats or whatever happen to be nearby.
Alright, make your attack.
That's a nat 20 for 25.
You hit. Please roll for damage and make that crit damage.
Okay, it looks like 12 damage.
Okay. 12 points of damage to the wolf, and it's like a javelin, right?
Yeah, javelin.
So it pierces into him, and it's sticking out of his back, much like one of those bulls, like bullfighting and whatnot. So he just stuck this javelin right into his back, and he kind of punches over. He's not dead, but he doesn't look like he's in good shape.
Is that also including your rage damage?
Yeah, that was +2 for rage.
Okay.
Is that going to end your turn?
Yeah, it has to.
All right, that brings us to Lord Breeze.
Alrighty. Well,
There's some fighting out to the left of you as you go out the door, where this dinosaur, this one of your companions now, has ripped into one of the wolves and thrown him aside, and Steve has thrown a javelin into one of the other wolves right next to the dinosaur. What kind of dinosaur are you again? A raptor?
Deinonychus.
Deinonychus, okay. The Deinonychus. And the Deinonychus stands next to a fully healthy wolf and a hurt. What would you like?
so the dinosaurs with two wolves. Did you say there was any on the other side? I'm sorry.
3. They're about 30 feet to your right.
I would like to cast sleep on those 3.
All right, roll me some dice and find out how many HP you're going to be able to see.
5d8, if I remember correctly. For a total of 24.
You see one of them fall over asleep as the other two continue.
Not as great as I was hoping.
A little bit more, and you would have done a little bit more. That's all it is. Is that going to end your turn?
Yeah, I'm gonna make sure I'm out of the way, and yeah.
All right, and that brings us to Mr. Bud. You're not there, are you, Mr. Bud? All right then. Okay, Requiem. Back to top of the initiative with you. I'm not going to worry about using turns of people that aren't here. Amanda, are you there?
Yeah, I'm here.
Okay. Breeze has put one of the wolves to sleep. As two more continue to charge. Cody's over there fighting with other wolves. One of them is dead. One of them is fully healthy. And then another one has been injured by Steve with a javelin. What would you like to do?
I'm going to use lay on hands for Finster.
Okay. So you back up and kneel down on the ground next to Finster and lay on hands. How many hit points are you using?
That'll be 15.
Finster, you now have 15 hit points. And your eyes are open. Your eyes are awake.
You're awake or us?
What? My specialized, my bread!
You wake up and there's a giant elephant standing over you, just gently caressing you.
Checking your pockets for peanuts.
Shrunk.
And
Shrunk. You're okay.
That brings us to Cody.
Okay. I'm gonna go ahead and expend one spell slot to speak with animals and ask the wolves and bats, why are you attacking us?
Ooh.
My master demands it.
Yeah. Give me 1 second.
So as you reach into the mind of the wolf, you can feel it reaching back to you. And yeah, he's like, I attack because I must. Because my master demands that I fight for his honor.
I know this is kind of a weird thing, but you can't cast Speak with Animals in wild shape.
Oh, that is a good point.
No, okay, I did not know
That
that.
is a very good point.
Because it involves verbal and somatic components. You don't have hands.
Yeah, until you get higher in level. When you get higher, it doesn't matter if you're a snake, you can still cast. But
Okay,
at this point
well
in time,
then
he is
in
right.
that case, I will go ahead and attack the nearest one to me with a bite.
Of course, you could see if they speak dinosaur. Sorry.
Alright, I'm rolling for a... No, that was good, I like that.
Go ahead
Rolling
and
for a
attack.
bite,
Roll your attack.
that'd be an 11.
11 is not going to hit.
That's all I can do this round.
Alright, that brings us to David. David, your eyes are awake,
Open.
and you sit up. What would you like to do?
Okay. So I got hit by a fireball Mack truck. How far back did I get knocked?
About 30 feet, so.
Okay. So, let's see. If I get up, that's 10 feet. Then I can move 15 feet. Because I'm just making things easier, because 7.5, for half my movement to stand up. Well, I could call it 8. And, I'm sorry. Half of 25 is 12.5. So then I can just round that up to 13. And then I'll move the rest of my 12 feet towards the door. So that's 30. So that's 13 feet from me to the door. So I can't see anything that's going on outside, can I?
Not over, maybe, I'll say you can make out that there's commotion.
Okay, can I see any of the wolves messing with Vitora or anything like that?
I'm a generous DM, so I'm going to say that you can at least make out that they are over there somewhere.
Okay. So what I'm going to do, since they are within 30, since it is within 90 feet, I am going to go full-on pitcher and throw a, I'll say an acid chromatic orb in the direction of the wolf.
Roll attack, please.
For being someone lucky, my luck is not doing well. I rolled a 9.
Yeah, you've been rolling like crap all night.
It's because I gave them my portent dice. So this is not my fault.
And then it didn't even matter because they're not even part of the combat.
Did you choose an element I didn't hear?
Acid.
So it splashes into the ground behind the wolf. Just overshoots. Is that going to end your turn?
Can I make a motion for DM to metagame Saul?
To metagame what?
To make a metagame decision for this situation.
Give me 1 second.
But yeah, that is my turn. I can't do anything else.
I just have a thing in it.
Yeah, Curtis. All right, what's your question?
I want to motion that Finster should get his port dice back since they were used but are no longer in effect due to players not being present.
We're not going to be on much longer. Let's just go ahead and finish this up.
No, I'm. They might not be here. I did it. I'm rolling with it.
Yeah. And Cody is still here, as far as I know.
Yes, I'm here.
Yeah. And I can wake up Curtis. Give me 1 second. Alright. Sorry about that. So, Curtis is awake now, whether or not At least the important dies are completely wasted. You still got the player to use them on. And that's going to bring us down to Steve. Wait up.
Okay.
Yeah, the attack missed. David, is that going to end your turn?
Yeah, I can't do anything else.
Steve.
Yep. Steve is going to run out the door and join in the fight in melee combat finally.
Right.
And actually get to shed some blood, with this great axe. So,
Okay.
yeah, I'm going to swing at one of these that haven't been injured yet.
Okay, make an attack, please.
That's 24 to hit.
Yes, please. Roll some damage.
And that's 14 damage.
All right. You cut him down, ripping off one of his legs, and he falls over, bleeding from the wounds. He's dead. Will that end your turn, or you got another one?
No, we don't get multi-attack just yet, so that is going to have to be it. Yeah, I don't have anything else on a bonus action, so that's it.
So you rush forward and just send your axe straight through this wolf's leg, and it just falls over with a yelp. And that brings us to, well, it would be like, I think, Curtis, did you ever roll initiative?
No.
We'll just say it's your turn in place of Strahd.
So,
What's been on while you were in the dream realm?
Napping like the cat was napping the whole time.
It sounds like that we after all. And so Requiem has finally brought Finster back from the land of the dead. He got blown up by a fireball by this vampire Strahd at the front door. Steve managed to stabilize him as the crew tried to retaliate. They've gotten into business with the wolves, killing most of them as Strahd turned into a bat and flew away. And now you are awake from your nap. There's a few wolves still outside that are giving the party some trouble. What would you like to do?
say I'm going to use my feline agility. No, not yet. Not yet. No, yeah. Yeah, I'm going to use my feline agility, which I can double my speed until the end of the turn. So I'm going to do that and basically run out and use my cat's claw strike on one of the wolves.
I got I got one thing to say for you there, Snowball.
What's that?
Meat.
Roadrunner, yeah.
Meep.
And what's the attack there, buddy?
Cat's claw. It's a 1d6 slashing.
Well, what was the attack roll?
Oh, sorry. 14 to hit.
14 hits. Roll damage, please.
That's a 2.
All right. So you run up and swat a wolf's nose out of nowhere, Speedy Gonzalez style. Run between the legs of the elephant and underneath Breeze and past Finster and past Steve in order to swat this particular wolf that has been caught your eye up across the nose. And that
No.
brings Requiem.
It was just like, no.
No.
Wait, no, I apologize. That brings us to Steve. Now that you're in melee, what's your AC?
16.
16. Wolves begin to charge forward at you, and they try to bite you. Give me just one quick second to pull that up. What is your AC, my friend?
16.
16. Wolf does hit.
Silvery barbs
Gonna reroll.
with disadvantage.
Big disadvantage. Misses.
And I am
Oh,
giving
yeah.
myself advantage on my neck. I am taking his luck and giving myself advantage
Okay.
for a future roll.
All right, so the wolf tries to bite you and misses as you move your leg just out of the way in nick of time. And Cody, what's your AC?
My AC is 13.
A wolf attacks you and hits you with its bite.
Oh, man. Okay. How much damage?
You're going to take 5 points of piercing damage, and I need you to make a strength saving throw, please.
Can I do silvery barbs?
Yes, you can. Thanks to the power of arcane magic, all the wolves miss.
So do I take that damage or no?
No.
Um,
I will add that back.
and then the dinosaur can have advantage on his next turn.
And you have advantage on your next turn. Requiem, it is your turn now. There's only 2 wolves that are still up and able to fight, and they have apparently missed both their attacks thanks to silvery barbs. They are regretting their decisions. What would you like to do?
I'm gonna bash one of their heads in.
Of course you would. Roll an attack, please.
That would be a 25 to hit, sir.
Please roll damage.
You go, girl.
You're in the wrong town for sharpening knives, whoever's doing it.
That'll be 6 points of damage.
Okay. You hit the wolf hard on the head and it yelps. Will that end your turn?
Give me a second. I'm also gonna, as a bonus action. How close are the? Well, I guess I'm right up on a wolf.
Requiem, did it your turn? I'm sorry.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay, I'm checking out a bonus action.
Right.
Do you need some paladinal help?
No, I think I'm good. Just give me just a second. Okay, never mind. Yes, that is the end of my turn.
No problem. Kobe. Cody, that brings us to you. There are a couple wolves still up. The wolf right next to you has been smashed in the head by Requiem. It's not looking too good.
And where's the location of the other wolf? Sorry.
It's up Steve's butt. Steve's
Oh,
right there next to you. So they're right within, like, 5-10 feet.
Patrick, I
Got it.
apologize.
Go ahead, Amanda.
Sorry, I read my dice wrong. I rolled a 9, not a 6 for the damage.
Okay. He's hurt pretty substantially.
How close did you say the
wolf's
nearest
head
wolf
is
was?
split open, bleeding.
Ooh.
What's the call, Cody?
Okay, so you said the closest one to me was just a few feet away?
Yep.
Alright. I'm gonna go ahead and actually take off about 15 to 20 feet away, half of my movement. And I'm gonna hold position there. Can I roll for a perception to see if anything has changed or if I notice anything else?
Do you realize you're opening yourself up for attack of opportunity?
Was one of them that close?
He said one was 5 feet away.
Yeah, you're engaged in melee combat right now.
Oh, okay. Then I am not gonna move. I'll go ahead and roll for a claw attack. +4 to hit.
Make an attack, please.
That's an 8. Oof.
You do have advantage if you would like to take it, due to Breeze using silvery barbs.
Definitely would like to take that. That's a 19 to hit.
You hit. Roll damage.
So that's 7 damage.
All right. And that's the one that Requiem previously hit. So you hit it, and it you claw attack, right?
Yes.
Okay, so you hit it, and it falls to the ground. And will that end your turn?
That is my turn.
Sorry for glasses, guys. No, don't wear glasses. My eyes are tired. And that brings us to David.
Alright, so I'm going to continue towards the door. So there's one wolf left. Okay. Alright, so I'm going to do my full 25-foot movement. And I am going to... I'm going to try to chromatic orb again. But I am tired. I am cranky. I am sore. I have a headache. So I am going to upcast this to second level, and I am going to use I'm going to throw a fastball of cold.
And please do recall that you gave yourself advantage on this attack.
Yes, I did.
Is that last wolf not including the one that's asleep?
That is correct. I'm not including the one that's asleep.
You're muted.
That is correct. I'm not including the one that's asleep.
So that cold pitch was a 24.
Please roll for damage, please.
Okay. So that is 17 cold.
I'm sorry, I thought I heard you say that was 17.
Yes.
I would like to do this.
Oh, well.
I imagine Sub-Zero, just a spear.
I was going to say, you remember how you remember that scene towards the end of Demolition Man?
Okay.
After Wesley Snipes got frozen?
Okay.
And how, like, when he fell and like bloody chunks of frozen person? Yeah.
Okay. So, yeah, as the wolf jumps in the air to attack at this dinosaur again, Steve, he's attacking Steve. Try again at Steve's leg. You hit it with the ice, and it lunges, and in midair is frozen solid, and then hits the ground and smashes. And underneath your feet there, Steve, are icy bits of something like that.
Yeah.
All right. And with that, the storm continues to rage on as the thunder and lightning continues to hit, and the canvas outside becomes still as the bats begin to disappear into the distance, and the wolves, their blood continues to spill out, soaking the ground as the rain pats and pats, diluting it as it gets soaked into the ground. As the lightning continues to crash and the bats continue to dip off into the distance, and as all this slowly transpires, the rain begins to soften until it's still.
And then there's the sleeping wolf in the yard, and it's just
And the rain stops as the last few drips of water still come off of the roofs. Tip, 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 tip. But other than that, it's still. The wolf, of course. What would you guys like to do?
So, yeah, yawn, bring the cat back in after all that excitement, and then my tiny ass is going to make the attempt to move the bureau that was blocking the door originally to back into place where the door should be.
How about you let me take care of that little one?
Okay. Well, that was an exciting night.
I am going to take a bit of rope, tie up said wolf, and then I am going to use speak with animals as part of my spirit seeker status. Wake it up and see if we can't get some information as to who this individual is that Strahd is trying to.
You're a barbarian.
Yes. I'm just trying to see if we can get some information from this wolf. regarding who it is that we're dealing with and who it is that he thinks that our friend is.
All right, so the wolf stirs awake as you cast your spell to commune with it. And what are you asking it again? Asking it why?
First, who it is that we're dealing with, and then why they're, who it is they think our friend is, and why that matters. Why is he after that individual? Those kind of questions.
So, how would a wolf explain? I am driven by the will of my master to do his bidding, and his bidding is my call.
Do you understand why it is his bidding?
Why? Why does the rain fall? Why does the fire burn? Because it must.
Okay, that's easy enough. I'm going to use my my executioner's axe, in place of that great axe, and go ahead and silence the poor wolf.
Not on the floor.
It's out next to the road. I tied it up. I didn't bring it in the house. It had stopped raining. There was no reason to go back inside.
I'm gonna drive mud and blood back into the house.
Yes, but not yet.
I grant you a coup de grace, and you lop off the wolf's head with no issues. From there, you...
Things as it was restrained, I figured I'd at least have advantage.
Yeah, it's fine. And as that all happens, you see Steve returning into the mansion, minus the door, with a bloody axe that he's cleaning off. With that, guys, what would you guys all like to do? Is there anything you guys would like to do at this moment in time?
Well, we need to finish resting.
Yeah. But I've got a big old grin on my face anyhow.
Thank you. The brother says, I did not think anyone could stand up to that monster, but you did. I do not know how well you will do in the future if you cannot... Oh, never mind. You at least tried.
I learned something.
Yeah, he looks at you, he's like, that did not work out too well.
It actually worked out better than I thought it would.
You saying you meant to be blown up?
Well, that wasn't the result that I was looking for, but it did tell me something. One, he is an arcane spellcaster of some capacity. 2, he has the ego of a fragile little boy. And 3, he's a bully.
He also still never went inside the house.
This is also true.
And he can't be charmed.
I didn't know that.
Which is like 90% of my toolkit.
Okay. So we learned a lot tonight too. So it wasn't. So what happened out there was not a complete total failure. We just learned a lot about our adversary tonight.
Looking like a true loser. Let's go to bed.
I couldn't have said it better myself. And as you guys begin to turn in for the evening, you barricade the hole in the wall where the door used to be as best as possible and begin to rest for the evening, for what's left of it. And from there, we will end tonight's session, and we'll pick up from here the next time. Of course, next week is Nightfall, as we begin figuring out exactly what's going on with this troll and this tiger and lion. I'm sorry, lion, not tiger. And of course, Delmon is working diligently at some projects to help the town.
And Lucius is rolling death throws.
Ah, yes, with the what we'll find out about that and more next week.
Next week
with Nightfall. Thank you for joining us, and until then, bid you adieu. Remember, we're all in this together, so be kind to each other. Thank you for watching. We are completely freelance. We just love playing D&D. This episode, and others like it, are recorded live on Twitch using Discord, Roll20, and D&D Beyond. Artwork was created using Wonder and was edited using Wondershare. Again, thank you for watching. And please, like and subscribe for more content like this.